It was so interesting planning it because this was right after you had gone to Bonaire for how long?
I was in Bonaire for 7 days.
So you were in Bonaire for 7 days. You went back to Atlanta. You were there for literally 1 day to pack your bag.
Less than 24 hours, right?
To then come to Las Vegas, where we filmed for
3 days.
3 days. And then literally the next morning, we drove to Los Angeles in order to fly out to Ireland.
Right.
Misty, you had that's a wild fortnight.
2 weeks. So you have to finish it, right? So then we spent the 7 days in Ireland and we flew on the Queen's funeral.
Oh, yeah.
And I flew through London to get back to Atlanta. So I flew from Dublin to London. Okay, so it is morning time. It's time to go home. We've been here about 7 days now. And so I did not realize the Queen's funeral is today, the Queen of England. So they've been canceling flights in and out of Heathrow, and that's where I'm flying through. So we're just fingers crossed that I'm able to get out of Dublin into England, and then my flight tonight back to Atlanta. Just ready to go. I'm tired. It's been a great run. It's been an amazing month, but you know, we have to end our Peter Pan syndrome. I was like, I'm so tired. Like, I've been traveling. The trains are shut down because of the funeral. Okay, so I am in Heathrow for my transfer. But because today is about the Queen and her funeral, all of like the regular train transfers is not working. So I have to do Heathrow Terminal, just take the regular train. However, there's like massive delays due to this. So just hanging out here at the train station. What else can you do? I just need to sit down. I think if I didn't have lounge access, where I was able to go in and get some good food, some tea, a drink, and just chill for a second, I might have actually been like so sick by the time I got back. I ended up getting like sick. I think I caught the flu and it was like 2 weeks. I was down for like 2 weeks. Yeah. The weather changes and just the nonstop traveling, because that was 30 days of traveling. My body was like, we're done with you.
But that's a lot of different weather to go through.
I will say, Lexi, I borrowed her Timbuktu, the first iteration. It was my first time actually doing backpacking, like with a real no, I'm lying.
You did Cuba with your Manal.
With my Manal. Yeah. And I couldn't find my Manal. I think I left it in it. I forgot which city it was in.
Oh, snappers. Okay. Not Ireland, but backpack versus backpack. Manal versus Timbuktu. Mind you, these are both older ones that are not even selling anymore, but right. I just want to know.
Because I had Manal version 1, they're on version 3 now, and Lexi has Timbuktu, and they're not even making that particular one. I will say, after a week of packing, unpacking, because we moved 3 times, it's so hard. The Manal is larger, and it's a softer frame. Yeah. So I liked the Timbuktu after I got used to it. And I like the structure and I appreciate the hip flaps. And then there was this piece that goes down. Maybe we should do a review, but you can't buy it. So what's the purpose?
Yeah. At some point we'll do a luggage one where we just talk about what we've traveled with. But
Timbuktu. I like the Timbuktu. Okay. I like the structure of that backpack. Okay. I felt it felt more comfortable. It was just weirder because I was traveling during winter time.
Yes. Backpacks during winter are rough. Notwithstanding Ireland. So we decided we were all taking our backpacks because we were going to be traveling so much. Now, the backpack you had is like 27 or 28 liters. It's tiny. I had a 30-liter backpack, and then Diambe had... Her backpack is massive.
Huge.
Hers is like 45.
She said it was like 45 liters. Yeah. Lexi has the Peak Design. If you follow our channel, you can watch her reviews. It's up in the corner, so click on that one.
Yeah. But we knew that we were going to constantly be packing, so we didn't bring a ton of stuff. We all had our backpacks. And
well, no, you were actually packed because you were thinking you were going to Athens afterwards.
Yeah, I had more than I would have taken for a week. I was still in a backpack, but I thought I was going to be doing a week in Ireland, then moving on to Athens and staying for a month. I wish I would have.
She would have packed way lighter if she knew she wasn't going to travel for a month afterwards.
Look, if I'm going somewhere, I know I don't need a ton of stuff.
Let me tell you, I will say this because I'm thinking back now. I carried the backpack. Typically, when I travel, I am a rollerboard girl with my little duffel that slides over. Mm-hmm. And because we were going to be doing trains and walking, I was like, I'm going to do this backpack. However, the backpack was not large enough, so I carried a secondary duffel. The most oh my God. By the time I was at the end of the trip, I was actually really tired. Now I realize how tired I was. Mm-hmm. My body was done. Illness was kicking in. I didn't realize it. I was waiting for the flight. I'm sitting there. So I'm headed out of London to Atlanta. I go and sit down in the seats by the gate. And I'm just like, oh, and I'm waiting because I'm economy. But I bought a, confirmed, booked with points. And I'm sitting there because I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for I'm like boarding group number 58, but I'm like boarding group number 7. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, man, it's a long way. And then I remembered, I had my platinum on Qatar Airways, which is part of One World. So my platinum changes to One World's Emerald or whatever the blue one is, Sapphire. Mm-hmm. And I can just go. So I'm just like, fuck it, I'm going. And I get up. I go through, I walk. The man is like, your economy or group number 7. I said, I'm platinum. He was like, oh. I was like, yes, let me through.
Like, so treat me with some respect.
Yeah, put some respect on my name. I walk through and all indignant, like, how dare you? I get through the airport. I put my bag up. I sit on the plane. I sit in the seat and I'm just like, and I was like, that felt so easy. That felt too easy. Oh, shit. I forgot the damn duffel. I have to get up. I'm like, oh, God. I go up to the front. They're still boarding. And I'm like, I forgot my duffel outside the gate. And she was just man. They're just looking at me like, what? I was like, oh, my God, I got to get my duffel, right? Mm-hmm. So she's like, well, go take your seat. We will call and see if they found it and we'll let you know. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, what did I have in this bag? Oh my God, I cannot believe I did this.
Well, that would have been like all of the important stuff because you only had clothes and shoes in your backpack.
Exactly. And I'm just like tired and I'm just sitting there and now I'm like, how did you forget it, girl?
Where would your passport have been? Was it on your body?
No, my passport wasn't on my body. No, the passport was in my hand because you needed to get on the flight. So they come back and they're like, can you get all of your belongings? And because now the flight is boarded. Yeah. They're like, can you get all of your belongings and come out? We found your bag. I was like, oh my God, thank God. So, but now everybody's looking at me like, why is she being escorted off the flight? Right. And I'm just like, just get my stuff. It doesn't even matter. So I'm walking off. We walk out and then they pick me up at the gate. And she was just like, well, what's your name? So I'm giving her my name. She's like, identify your bag. And she said, you are so lucky. It just happened that one of the people walking where I was sitting, I left my bag right there. Oh, nice. And they were just like, they saw it. Oh my God. They were just like, we opened the bag and you had a credit card pouch in there. Oh, and your name was on your credit cards because all of my credit cards was in that bag. And I was just like, huh. And so we get out there. They have to research all of my bags. Yeah. And I'm just like, I am so sorry, guys. I feel so stupid. I'm so sorry. I'm just so tired. I apologize. Like literally, they're just like, how did you do it? I was like, I'm worn out. I just want to get back on the plane. And then they were just like, okay, they're like, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. And I'm just like, thank God. I grab my bag. I go back to get back to the doors. And the flight attendants are still looking at me like I'm the dumbest person on the world. I was like,
look, it happens.
I said, listen, look at God. Thank you. I'm going to my seat. And then I go and put my bags back up. Everybody's like, what is going on? And I sit down. I said, can you believe I forgot my damn bag? He was like, what? Oh, and I just sit on the thing and I'm just like, huh. But now because I had already packed back up, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to put my headphones on and zone out.
Yes.
I put everything up there, so I just had to sit there.
Oh no.
And because I was like doing like hustling.
You lost your rhythm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so tired. And I put my mask on, but now I'm hot. And this lady has this persisting like but I'm like so hot. I take my mask off. I'm like, it'll be okay. Man, it wasn't okay.
It was.
She got me sick. It wasn't okay. Wear your mask on the plane. All the way here, I wore my mask. I don't give a damn. I can't get sick on the plane. Like, I don't have to wear a mask a lot of places. But recycled air, I don't care how many filters they say it's going through.
You know what? The weather in Ireland was warmer than I anticipated it was going to be, but I felt like I was starting to get sick. So when I got on the plane, I had on 2 masks the entire time. And I think the people next to me just kept on side-eyeing me like, oh, this is the kind of person we're sitting next to. Because I mean, it's one thing to have a mask on, but I had 2 masks on.
It's another complete thing to double mask. It is another complete thing.
Look, I was doing it for their safety because I wasn't sure if it was my allergies or if it was an oncoming cold, but I thought I'm going to wear 2 masks. I'm not staying in Ireland an extra 3 days in case I have like the sniffles.
I did keep giving her NyQuil while we were there. Like I had some NyQuil. I was giving her the NyQuil. I literally should have been put your mask on first when you sit down and there's some turbulence on the plane.
Do you remember I gave her the medicine? Night, I said, hey, Misty, we'll both take a NyQuil tonight. You're like, yeah, totally. You gave me the NyQuil. I took it. You decided not to
I'm not sure what happened, but I really should have took the NyQuil because I was down bad after that.
I think a lot of it was just how much time we spent outside.
We sleep on the plane. Play like a champion. What kind of foolishness are you on?
I slept so cruddy on the plane. Misty,
I was out.
Let me tell you what Misty's
I
like
wrapped
on
a
a
scarf
plane.
around my head and that was done.
No, Misty gets on the plane like something is so weird. So mind you, she had her afro, so she had like the full puff. Then she put the scarf up over, so she looks like a little alien head. Then she wraps it around her entire head and just sits there like.
My favorite accessory for the plane. Some people love travel pillows. Some people love, I don't know whatever other people love. But I am a blanket scarf person. Lexi got me a blanket scarf when I went to Japan to visit her back in like 2012. And it's like the number one thing I always travel with because it is a blanket and it is a scarf. Hence the name, blanket scarf. Well, it's phenomenal. I wrap it around me. It's really large and I just go to sleep.
Well, she was able to sleep down. I was afraid to sleep because I thought for sure.
And I didn't even have a window seat. So like, that's how you know I was done.
Misty, I thought for sure I was going to lean on the window, but my stomach was in turmoil. I was like, at any point, everything could go wrong. I was so afraid to close my eyes.
Were you really?
Yes. Misty, I really thought I was going to have diarrhea on the flight. I was in so much pain. I was like, just watch a movie. It's going to be
She had the window seat. Imagine, I was in the middle seat sleep. If I know that she was going to stay up the whole time.
Honestly, you need to start just taking window seats.
Well, I was trying to be considerate. I just took it didn't matter for me.
I woke up as we landed like movies.
Thank God they gave me food. Like somebody was like,
not thank God.
They were just like this.
Misty,
why are you hitting me so hard?
You know how tired she was? That was me.
Oh, that wasn't the flight attendant?
No.
I was like,
every time they're like, I was like, oh, she wants food. And so then when breakfast came, they're like, does your friend want food? And I was like, yes, please. And so when dinner came, I was like, Misty. And she I was like, do you not want dinner? I was like, put dinner on her plate. I'll just decide what she's getting. So she woke up and then she kind of ate and she was like back to sleep. Then breakfast came. She's like, I don't want it. I was like, look, we're going to have a long day ahead of us. I'm going to eat right now and I'm not stopping for you when you decide you want to eat after we get off this plane. So you're eating or you're not.
I didn't eat. I ate the dinner, which was like a rice, a chicken.
I think yours was better. Mine was, it was pureed beef. It was weird. I don't know what they had going.
I mean, I ate it and then I just put it back down and I just wrapped myself back up.
Yes. Look, whatever. We're done with you.
You should have had some seltzer. Did you not have some ginger ale?
I did have ginger ale. Every time they came by, I got more and more ginger ale. But then I was afraid to even like drink a ton of liquid because the way you were sleeping, I was like, she might not let me get over her.
You could have just stepped over me.
I hate stepping over people. I'm not tall enough to step over
people. You know what? When
I
used to have to do the flights all the time from Dubai to Atlanta, there would always be somebody in the middle seat that didn't want to move, which is fine. You bought the middle seat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get on my seat and I'm going to step over you in the aisle seat so I can get out. And then I'm going to step back over you.
I'm actually not graceful enough to step over people. Like, I feel like I would trip over them, fall into the aisle, and then fall onto the person who's got like the middle, like those middle seats, and just be like laying on someone's lap and like, excuse me, I'm just
because it takes, you have to like hop yourself over.
No. So,
but if you had just like moved past me, I would have been fine.
Honestly, I don't really go to the bathroom on flights. Like, I'll sit there for 12 hours
I'm pretty
straight.
sure your stomach wishes you had.
I mean, no one else on that plane wishes I had.
You'd be surprised. They keep serving curry on the flight.
Oh my God. Oh, I absolutely will never go to a bathroom on a plane after they've served food.
Oh no, after. Yeah. I was like, so even if your stomach requires you to, you won't?
I really don't go. So I usually like to dry myself out like jerky about the day before I get on a plane because I don't want to have enough liquid in my body for me to be able to generate urine. Like
how do your ankles not swell?
Oh, I leave on my boots the entire time.
Oh, you don't take your shoes off?
No, I leave them on the entire time. And normally what I do is once I get to where I'm getting, then I drink a ton of water when I'm there. I lay down and I put my feet up so all the blood can rush back to where it needs to go. And the water can replenish my organs.
Apparently the water with the water from your toes. What?
No, the water I'm drinking.
What did you wait? Did they pull at your toes? They're like, oh, hydration, go. You're reverse IV. What are you going through? Look, no, I don't listen. My body don't work the way her body. Clearly, there's different mechanics because, I get fat feet.
Oh, you do. Like, you need compression socks all the time.
I really do.
The fact that every time I fly with you, you always say, I forgot my compression socks. I'm like, how is this possible? You know you've got a problem.
Because I felt like my mechanics with the water would reverse back down.
Well, I say this to everyone. I'm like, the moment you get into your hotel, lay down and put your legs up, but no one ever does. I'm over there like, okay, well, blood's going to get back.
You say that ever.
Oh my gosh. No, you no, wrong person. Okay. I was going to say, we definitely did this in Germany, but I realized I didn't go to Germany with you. That's fine.
I've never even been. I've never been to Germany. I will say, though, that it was... And then, okay, so she didn't sleep on the plane. Then we stayed out all night. I woke up with a super hangover. We get to the train station, which we walked to.
We didn't get to the train. No. Okay, we left our hotel. We checked out of the generator. And I said, okay, we're going to stop for breakfast. And then we were going over, hey, there's a train that we can get that's maybe a 5-minute walk, or we can just walk to the train station.
Oh, breakfast. So good. It was so good. I had blood pudding?
Yeah, I didn't like the blood pudding.
The blood pudding consistency, which is a really big thing in that region.
It almost felt like it was almost like a thin hamburger patty all made of blood veins to me.
Is that what it's made of? She was like, you have to try it. I'm like, sure, I'll try it because I'm in this country. Like I said, when I travel, I feel like the only thing that changes is the food. So I want to try whatever they're eating. I didn't enjoy that part. I had to pull it off after.
I actually did pull the blood pudding off of mine. So that's why I'm saying it's like a patty. Because if you hear blood pudding, you think pudding.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, it's going to be like a blood sauce. Yeah. Because like if you do like pig blood on different things, it's flavoring. But that one, it was weird.
Imagine like fried pate.
Okay.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway, we walked to the train station, and then on the train, when you're supposed to sleep again, sleep through the transit.
Okay, while we were walking to the train station, Diami's like, where is this tram? It seems so far away. I was like, we've been walking for 20 minutes. We passed the tram. I was like, you saw the tracks. We passed those. So we've just been walking, because mind you, it's like a 30-minute walk, which is why I told them, hey guys, pull out your hip flaps, strap into your backpack. We're in it.
Click in. She was like, click in. And we're like this. Go drive time.
Yeah. Well, Diambe wasn't with it. Once she found out we were walking, she's like, why would you do this? I said, I asked you guys, are we walking or are we taking the train? And you said, yeah, we're walking to the train. And I was like, okay, so we're walking to the train station. They thought we were walking to the tram. I was like, we passed the tram.
I just kept going. I was hungover. So for me, it was like one foot in front of the other. But like that was just how we managed to go. I think we got to the train. Lexi stayed up the whole train ride again. She just didn't really want to be in a good mood, I feel.
No, I tried sleeping initially, but I couldn't sleep. It was kind of cold. Misty again pulled out her scarf, cone head, wrapped herself up. Diambe was sitting there breaking her neck like this. I was like, that can't be comfortable.
Blanket scarves, best thing ever, because they're so big, you can like roll it to wrap around your neck as support, wrap around your face, and then just it's all like on your body. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's all for this week. Link up with us on Instagram at Flirting with Travel, or check out flirtingwithtravel.com for itineraries and more travel hacks. Taking off. Love you.